Hello class, today we have recycling day. So we're gonna recycle flowers, Okay, so recycled flowers out of materials that we normally would throw away into the landfill. Recycled flowers. We're gonna use a couple of things. We're gonna use little cups like these and egg cartons like these. These are paper ones. And I will show you how best to cut them. These are a little harder to cut. And then these are styrofoam, and they're like these yellow styrofoam, and these are easier to cut. Okay, so we're gonna try both ways. And then I'm gonna show you a few other ideas. You could also use longer cups, plastic cups, like these to make your flowers. You could use tape, some wire to fasten it as well. So we're gonna use some simple techniques. I'm even gonna end up using some of this packing fill-in. So for the middle of the flowers, I'll teach you the easiest ways. You can alternatively, for the middle, use a little paper, cut it up, cut strips of paper like this, and put it in the middle of the flower. Secure it right there in the middle of the flower like that. Okay, so let's go step by step. Try the recycled flower technique. Let's see which one you're gonna like most. Each team is gonna get different sorts of supplies, and you get to figure out how to make flowers out of those supplies. So step by step. Technique number 1. So in our first technique, we're gonna be using this paper cup. It is slightly harder to cut, and I figured out the best way, easiest way to cut it is not to cut across these standing pillars here. Instead, cut around them. So you want to cut underneath the base of this shape right here, and that's gonna be the little middle flower for the middle. The smaller one goes to the middle, and this is the larger one. So this is the large one, and this is the small one that's gonna go in the middle. So just like that, once you clean the edges, okay, you have a flower, and you can keep it simple like this without cutting the indentations like I did here, or you can cut also the inserts so it looks like petals. So I'm going to show you that technique again. Basically, I went around the base, I followed the line around the base. There's even a line here if you can see it. I'm going to go carefully. It's a little harder to cut here, so I'm going to go from both sides. You can see it. And slowly, I'm going to cut around. And I just cut the first cup, this little cup, for the base. Then these tall ones, skinny ones, are going to be the middle flower. They have sort of like a triangle, square base, like a little pyramid shape, has 4 sides and a square base. I'm gonna cut around that, and that's how I got my 2 shapes. Now I tried doing the longer ones with utilizing these. They were not very pretty looking and not very even, so I really like this method better. Now, I cut some of them already ahead of time. So what you can do is you can combine 1 cup that is uncut with the cut middle for the petals, or you can have both of them cut like this, or you can have the middle uncut and around it cut. So, or The last method, you can even try keeping them empty like this. Once you decide and cut your flowers, the next step is going to be painting your flowers. I'm going to explain how we're going to do that. Okay, before we get to the painting part, let's cut some flowers out of styrofoam. You're going to see that we have the same kind of pyramid in the middle, like this, and we got the round shape as well. You can follow the outline of the bottom and cut around the styrofoam, and then once you have a little cup, you can easily cut little round shapes for a different look of a flower, like a petal round shape. And I'm cutting a little V, and then I'm gonna round it around. It's already kind of round because it came like that from the box. So I'll just clean up the edges and cut some slits that look like V. Little V slits, so it looks like a petal. Doesn't have to be perfect. You can have them longer or shorter, whichever you like the flower to be. Okay, and I'm just rounding that edge. See, it's nice and round. So I am cutting around and around here, so I have nice round edges. So that's one cup. Now I'm going to cut another one, or I can leave it like this, and I can, instead of the middle, I can put a paper cut out of little small cut slits. Can make it shorter, and that could go right in the middle of my yellow flower. We can also paint it, but we would have to be finished with the cutting first. Another idea is to pick a color of your middle. So you're gonna get a little box with your paper straws for your final flower, and you're gonna get some foamies. Okay, so you can pick a color. Let's just pretend I would like pink for this one, and it looks kind of neat. Okay, and then you're also gonna get some of these wooden skewers. And so take one, they're already sharp, so don't poke yourself. And doing it this method, all you do is skew, like I'm wiggling it inside. Came to the other side, and then I'm gonna take this and stick it right there on top. This was an easy way to make a flower. At the next class, I could add some colors, and we'll discuss how to keep our palettes clean and how to just use one brush for one color per team. So this is nice and easy. I can do the same thing with this style, and I can also, instead of the skewer method, make a hole. This is for older kids. They're gonna have to make a hole with a pencil or with the back of scissors. Careful not to poke yourself. You're gonna make a hole right here, and then you can just fasten the straw through it, the paper straw, and that's another way to make a paper flower. Okay, you can also add some of this middle. This is just paper rolled up, and it's gonna hold the straw in there. You can cut it to size to make it look pretty. Like that. Okay, and we're gonna make a couple of these flowers first class, and next class we're gonna go over how to paint them. Okay, so one team is gonna get this style and the paper straw. Another team is gonna get this style, the styrofoam with these, and then yet another team is going to get these paper cups. So how did we do the paper cups? This is another method we can try, and it's a little similar, but this time we're gonna use a few other things. style 2. With style 2, we're going to be making flower out of styrofoam cup and skewers with the packing foam in the middle, okay, on top of a skewer, like that. To finish this style, we can also add a little bit of green paper with a glue stick, like this. Putting enough glue stick here. And wrapping a nice little green stem around it. You can put the glue directly on the stem, or you can put it also on your crepe paper. You're gonna put it by this end of the stem, stretch it a little bit, and then start wrapping by turning your stem around. And look how easy. It even gives you 2 little leaves on the bottom of the flower. That's a style number 2. I'm gonna get a supply box like that. And finally, fabric flowers with a fuzzy pipe cleaner center. This pipe cleaner centers with the fabric flowers in the middle, like the red flower here, and a paper cup. And you're gonna get paper cup like that. So it's up to you how you cut your paper cup. And I have scissors. You can just cut slits in it and open it like I showed you. It's a little harder through that beginning here because it's a little folded, but don't worry, it works. And then, like I showed you, you're gonna open it. You're gonna put your flower color. Let's see if I can, okay, yellow. You're gonna take one of these skewer. It has a sharp edge at the end. It has these fuzzies. Open your flower, and through the middle, you're gonna, oops, I broke it. Be careful, yeah, it breaks. So you're gonna just carefully try to make a hole. Keeps breaking a little bit. It's not as easy because there's some glue in there. Sometimes it's easier. You can also try with the pencil first if it's easier, or ask for help from Miss Kramer. You'll make a hole there, go through, and don't poke yourself, and then make another hole through the paper cup. And you can also color these with, if you have markers as well, it would work nice with markers as well. If this keeps falling, then you're gonna have to tape it a little bit with the masking tape like I showed you before with this style. Or you can do the same by taking the crepe paper and you can put some little bit of glue on it. And you can, instead of masking tape, you can turn this upside down, the flower, turn it upside down, and glue the crepe paper underneath and twist the flower a couple of times until you have this crepe paper holding it up and making it look like there's a little leaf. So that's another way to secure it without a masking tape. We can also color this with paints. These we could actually technically color this with paints as well. And the painting lesson is going to be next time. I'm going to show you how to paint next time. Okay, those are your 3 styles. Okay, style 3 with the fuzzy center flower, like this. Style 2, foam egg carton with the packing foam in the middle and skewers. And style 1, paper straw and egg carton. All flowers are really neat. So let's make lots of them, and I can't wait to see what you've done. Now is your turn.